So I'm with Master Burnett, who gave a very interesting track at True London this morning on employer branding. Master, in the discussion, someone said, well, look, we've been talking about the same things, really, when it comes to employer branding for the last 10 years. So what has changed, to your mind?
It's a good question. A number of things have changed. Probably the biggest one being that for the first time now, it's very easy for job seekers, employees, family to get visibility into an organization through social media. If we step back 10 years ago, what was being presented as the perception of a company as an employer was really crafted by the company through recruiting communications. And finding out that that wasn't the true story, or that was part of the story, or an inaccurate story, was quite difficult because we didn't have the communication channels we have today. If you didn't know someone at the company, then you might just believe the communication and move forward with it. And unfortunately, a lot of recruiting communications are propaganda.
So we talked in the track, there was a lot of interesting discussion, I thought, but overall, what are the types of things that companies tend to get wrong around employer branding, especially on the acquisition side? And can we distinguish between acquisition and retention anyway? But what typically do they get wrong, and what are the types of things that people could start to do a bit better?
Yeah, the biggest thing that people get wrong with regards to employer branding is thinking that what they say the brand is the brand. The brand is perception. It's crafted by the population that you're trying to recruit, not by you. You can influence it. And so what organizations are getting wrong is they're thinking that they can do some brand research or just choose a brand position out of thin air, which is what many organizations do, and push out some recruiting communications, and that is their brand. Employment branding is not about recruiting communications, although recruiting communications play a role. Employer branding is really about figuring out what type of brand you need to attract the people you need to attract, and engineering an employee experience that will deliver that, such that when possible candidates start to investigate you as an employer, they find online and through their friends and through their casual networks that, oh, this employee experience really does seem like the kind of organization that I want to be connected to.
Now, it sounds like it could be horrendously complex to get this right. You talked about touch points across organisations and segmentation, and the granularity of how you actually get what it is to work in a place, get that story right for every type of group of person, especially in a large organisation. Where does one begin to?
It's been said a long time ago in the world of product branding that great brands don't just emerge, they're engineered, they're built. And that's certainly true in this space as well. It's not easy work. If you think it's as easy as forming a committee and having 10 people sit around a table for 15 minutes a month, for 12 months a year, and spending a few $100,000 with an advertising agency to push out some recruiting communications, you're going to end up wasting a few $100,000 in 15 minutes a month for 12 months. It is hard work, and the organizations that are doing this well aren't necessarily spending a lot of money on external communications, but they are most certainly spending some time on making sure they have the right internal experience, making sure that they're helping that organization become visible outside the organization by finding ways and influencing individuals to share those stories, share those experiences. That's true employer branding. If you don't have somebody who is looking at your organization as a company selling jobs, and you don't have a product manager overseeing what it is those jobs are and the experience those jobs provide and the features those jobs entail, then you're not doing branding, because you can't have a great brand without great product management. And in this case, the product is not the employer, the product is the job.
Great. Now, final question.
Yes.
Master Burnett, that intrigued me, that name. So what's the story behind your name?
My family hails from Scotland, and when they immigrated to the United States, they introduced their oldest son as Master Burnett. And his legal recorded name became Master Burnett, even though his real first name was Frank. And so from then on, his name was Master, and I was named after him.
Brilliant. Thanks very much.
My pleasure.